My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Hearthstone, the solo adventures in the Dalaran Heist. Ooh, that's loud. Turn that down on my side. We are back in non-heroic mode, because you have to complete the wing in non-heroic mode before you can do it in heroic.
Never be ours until the killing tour is dealt with. Come with me.
More than happy to. Twist, 4 additional encounters. Okay. And earn 3 packs for reaching the 5th boss in this chapter. So you don't even have to win, just reach the 5th boss. So 4 additional encounters. I'm assuming those are each aggressive encounters, right? Because there are friendly encounters, but those don't count towards the 8 in the standard set. So I'm assuming that it's 4 additional aggressive encounters, so 12 for a total. See what we have as the anomaly. After a player plays a card that costs 8 or more, the player adds a treasure to their hand. It's worth noting, you can't cheat things out in order to achieve that effect.
Of the never set will answer.
So there's obviously like hand lock, that kind of thing. You can go pretty big with Warlock. Paladin, can you go pretty big with? Silver Sword is like the only card I can think of that's like super expensive that you want to put in a Paladin deck. Nazari, I guess. Nazari as well. Full heal both bosses. I think we will go with the Warlock though. It just seems like a more natural fit. Pain Split. Take 2 damage, deal 2 damage. Neat. Just after using hero power 25 times. Neat. Take 2 damage and summon a 2/2 imp. So they're all life loss directly related. Neat. That makes sense. A 2/2 imp for 2 that you also have to take 2 damage for? If you're getting some value out of the damage you're taking, maybe, but that seems kind of lame. This seems a lot better. Removal of minions, like, having the range on that ping is incredible. So we don't really have a choice here. What are our other options? So it's a demon deck. Dreadlord. No, this is a demon deck. What is this then? Just control? This doesn't have like a good good whole element to it. This one's a little poor on that as well. All right. I guess the themes don't include handlock.
Is home to the greatest mages of Azeroth, as well as Akazanzarak.
Akazanzarak! As long as I don't have Hagatha's Embrace as the anomaly,
The great Akazanzarak.
and Akazanzarak tries to play Mirror Image on turn 1 and 2, then I'll be fine.
Step right up.
I'll curve out. Sure. We've only got like one mana drop in the entire deck, so hard mulling for it and possibly losing my 3 is probably not a good idea.
Atop the citadel await the most powerful mages in Azeroth. Prepare for a long fight.
Consider me prepared.
All you've told me is true. You are an instrumental part of our master plan.
Cross, heal back up. Just gonna control the board until I have the ability to kill. You haven't even gone for a single magical feat yet? Seems like a mistake.
What can I bless?
Alright. I gave up on controlling the board. Don't punish me.
As this mana cost disappears. An all new feat. Just
Get him.
for you, my lovely audience.
Oh, not that one. Hey, that one, exactly. Thank you. Quite kind. I don't think this deck has any reach, though. Does it have silence? No. Rush? Yes.
I am low on cards.
Alright, I can go face now. Created by Magic Trick, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to tell. The second one's probably Ice Block, though. Ice Block or Splitting Image?
There are no cards left.
Probably Ice Block. So I want to play as many demons as possible, so pop that out. I want to use my hero power as many times as possible, so we'll use that. Kill him. There's the ice block. That's fine though. Gnome Ferradu burns the top card of the deck, and now you die to fatigue. So it's not self-damage that triggers it, it's use the hero power 25 times and play demons. Use the hero 25 times, play 50 demons.
Like your cards? Recycle them. It's good for the environment, and also very slightly evil.
Resourcefulness is good, but we're already... So, what is a weapon? A weapon is a way to use your HP to manage the board, right? You're using your HP as a resource in order to control the field. We already do that as a Warlock, so we're in a little bit of a bind if we're in a position where I have a weapon and I cannot use it to hit a minion because I will die. Expedite is pretty incredible. It's difficult to turn down. Oh look, little demons. That said, I am definitely going to want to try and exclusively get minions so I can benefit from the effect of Expedite. No. Alright, so I'm going to go Curatives. That's fine as well. Gives me the ability to heal back up. And gives me a little bit of higher end that this deck didn't necessarily have at this point. So, ideally, what do I want? I kind of want like a, not dire demon, just, but like a big demons package. So, the, what's the 5-mana 2/2 recruiter demon from your deck? I'd take that. Despite the fact that I have a Void Walker, I'd probably still take it. Oh, Spirit Bomb's way better now. I'm taking that as well. Spirit Bomb's actually really good in this position. If the enemy puts down, say, a North Share, I can just straight up remove it. I thought I mulliganed that. Well.
Is someone injured?
Bob. I mean, it's too early to try and start overdrawing the enemy here. I really don't like the fact that we can only draw our high costs, though. So this is more than free to attack one of my minions, but it's not going to actually get an effective heal this turn. Ooh, Shadow Box is probably more important to remove. Defile doesn't do it. Alright. So he removes a card from the top of their deck, and they're going to be drawing an extra card this turn. So now they're ahead of us. Ahead of us? Equal. With us in fatigue. So ideally we try and, you know, push them to draw way too many cards with their North Share. Sweet.
At least I'm watching out for you.
Geode needs to die though.
Someone injured?
Oh, hang on. I had to remove it.
Give me a kiss.
What can I bless for
Give
you?
me a kiss.
My eyes are open. Get away.
To start fatiguing now, the fact that I get to hold Defile means that despite the extra summon here, despite the fact that my enemy is going to have a bunch of cards, I should be able to remove all of them. It's also worth noting that out of the 4 cards left in my deck, one of them is Hellfire, so that's another removal. Since both of the North Shares are gone... Oh, I mean, never mind. We literally just already have lethal on board. That works out. That all works out in the end. Let's have this down a little bit further on my side. It's kind of overpowering. Oh, big demons. That said, that's actually a really good legend pack, not least of which due to the fact that Arc Thief Reform is going to be 8 cost, right? So it doesn't get reduced below the effect of Anomaly Glittering from Expedite. So it's going to be 8 cost, but then it gives us a 10 cost card as well. So that's 2 different ways to get triggers for glittering. So I play Arc Thief, I play what I get from Arc Thief, and then I have 2 extra treasures. Beautiful. Dr. Boom is obviously incredible. 6 mana makes them even more nutty. And Rin, after I go through all of the seals, is going to get me back to a really good time. In particular, that really good time being that we will be able to blow up the entire enemy's deck. Big Demons is also a pretty good package here. It's a little unfortunate that Legend is so much better. If there was like one bad Legend in this pack or something like that, it'd be easier to turn down, but I can't do that at the moment. Curatives is also nice. I do like the meme of going for a Renounced Darkness build that already has Expedite, just due to the fact that I could be playing minions for 2 less. But it also seems a little bit long of a bow to draw. Carousel Griffin. I hate this fight a lot. I think it's real bad. I don't necessarily think it's well designed. Fight me.
Tekan versus a carousel.
Prepare your regrets.
Like, I can't clear the board. I just can't play the first minion neither, right? Not exactly a good look. The end of your turn, merrily rotate all minions around the board. Alright. Your turn. Should I even be tapping? My HP is a little low, but should tap a couple times at least. Alright, that's the last time we tap. If the enemy doesn't summon a minion this turn, they do. Don't I get that one? No? Alright. No. So they rotate anti-clockwise. So if they're rotating anti-clockwise, what's that mean that I gotta do? Put that there and go face. Don't you dare get poisonous. That's just mean. Oh, at least they get the good minion. Woohoo! That was a King Crush there. Gloomstag is naturally in your deck, but you don't have a deck that can support it. Wild. That's certainly a way to play the video game. All right.
This isn't Moonblade.
Ta-da! Oftentimes you can find yourself in this fight in a position where you can't really do anything, and those are the times in which I lament the existence of this combat. Thankfully in this position we won't. Alright. Sorry, I'm pretty tired. I took a midday nap because I accidentally had another situation where I put myself in a food coma. I don't know why I'm doing that to myself recently. I'm having a good time doing it though. It wasn't even that much food. It was like a normal amount of food. Alright. Banana splits, Gnomish Army Knife, Super Simian Sphere. Gnomish Army Knife is real good for just suddenly pushing for lethal. Not necessarily on top of any of our current minions. Banana Split can get me a lot of defense out of nowhere on those rotten apple bombs. Help me kind of like heal back up. I'm gonna take Banana Split. Never taken it before. Big demons. Ooh, that's a Blood Reaver Gul'dan as well as a Void Crusher. And Cabal Trafficker. And Summoner. Okay, Lul Demons is the only one we're definitely not taking. Empowering is actually really good, right? A 4 mana 4/5, but if I have 10 mana crystals, I summon 2 extra copies of it. Hyreek is garbage though. So effectively I'm comparing, because Void Crusher and Hyreek are both absolute trash. So I'm comparing Cabal and Blood Reaver to 2 Omega agents. It's not like we have good big demons, but Blood Reaver Gul'dan is such a great hero power. You can also just get back Azari possibly, but most of the minions from the seal, so 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. 6, 6? It's not like I have that many low-cost demons either, right? So it's not like, oh no, I'm gonna get back Void Walker and I'm gonna get back Flame Imp and I'm gonna get back, you know, just garbage. Void Analyst or whatever its name is. Yeah, we'll go big demons. That also allows us to segue really much better in the later game, and also Blood Reaver Gul'dan gives us treasure.
By best, I mean.
All right, Bob. What do I want? What's most important to me here? To crush your enemies. Hang on. I think it's just get out some of the low-cost cards in my deck of garbage. Those are all fine. Tell a story, take a chance, you're fired, recruit, right-hand man. Okay, take a chance is probably one that we want to cast. Just reduce the cost of a random card in our deck to 0. You're fired? I can you're fired this board. 3 mana 2/2 with Death Rattle, give 2 friendly minions +2/+2. It's fine. Right now, bomb. Again, it's fine. Gnome Feratu is okay. Tuskbat is good. It's really good in this position, actually. Vargoth is something I'm actually interested in, so I might want to recruit Vargoth naturally. Because what do I duplicate in my deck with Vargoth? Defile, bad. Spirit Bomb, bad. Any of the seals, good. I actually don't duplicate anything good with Vargoth in my deck. Any of the seals is good. Banana Split is also really good with Vargoth. That is another thing. Also, most of the treasures that I'm going to get from the Glittering Hero Power. And the artifacts that I get from Reform. All of those are good duplications. I can't believe I ignored any of those. So, tell a story, give a friendly minion +2/+2 for this run. And right-hand man. I could just put a Gnome Feratu in my opening hand as a 4/5 for 1 mana and just start controlling the board from turn 1. So it's either take a chance and recruit, or tell a story right-hand man. Take a chance is the riskier one. Takes a longer time to pay off. Do we win eventually? Right? Is our problem in the early game or is our problem in the late game? It shouldn't be in the late game, given the things that we just got. It shouldn't be in the late game, given the things we just got. I'm gonna tell a story, and then I'm gonna... Right-hand man. If I had the ability, I'd also do You're Fired so that I can keep... But I won't be able to keep Gnome Feratu if I do that. If Gnome Feratu moved off of the board as I made her the right-hand man, then that would have been perfect, but unfortunately, not the case. Whew. Non-combat encounters allow you to tinker with your deck over the course of a run. I do hope that there is an extra bartender as one of the extra 4 encounters, but I suspect not. Yeah, I'm happy to keep Banana Split in this opening hand. In fact, I'll also keep the Possessed Villager. This gives me the ability to just drop both of those on turn 1 and then Banana Split the Gnome Feratu on turn 2. I'll be able to run over the enemy really quickly. The only thing you don't want to let this Pogo do is go for long. That's it. If only I'd burnt a Pogo. That would have been wild. 4 to 6 sevens. Enjoy.
Returning to deck.
You get the 4/5 copies as well, so WD. Yep. That's a lethal right there. Hero power, and I just had to make sure that I didn't draw demons so that I didn't miss out on playing that. This is what I'm talking about when I was talking about the Novarati, right? Like this is definitely lower impact. It's definitely less, well, it's higher impact, but it's lower in terms of like coolness a little bit. Unfortunately, Fellord Betrug and Kel'Thuzad both move themselves below the limit for glittering. However, still really good. Yasharaj is really good, Kel'Thuzad is really good, and bosses play awfully around Kel'Thuzad, especially if you have taunts on fields. So I'm happy to take it.
Unger is good, but we can learn much from the artistry of his verbal abuse.
Oh, is he kind of doing that Merc with the mouse kind of thing? Merc with the mouse. Oh, it works because he's a hunter, but Merc with the mouth, I mean.
Come here, you four-legged, asphalt-faced pyramid pounder!
Insolence.
I never quite understand his insults. I bite my thumb at thee. Ooh, that's a Gul'dan. Beautiful. It's worth noting that a Void... what are they called? Void Lord? Would still be 8 mana for us, so...
Why do you call?
I am very quick on the draw for muting the microphone there.
What can I blast for you?
I purposefully played the Eager Underling first, just in case that was a explosive trap that popped and healed my other two, or buffed my other two minions.
Master will get you!
Set him up and I'll knock him down!
Summon a random animal companion when you hero power. Yeah, it's probably the explosive trap now. So these are probably trigger on spell played, so Catrick, or trigger on minion attacked, so Venom Strike or Snake Trap, right? Because none of them have triggered so far, so it's not Bear Trap, it's not Freezing Trap, it's not Explosive Trap, it's... I haven't used my hero power, so it could be Dart Trap as well. It's another consideration to make. Leave that on the board. What are you going to do with it? Ah, yeah. See, that's the problem. Wandering Monster summons a minion that I am then forced to attack, which is going to trigger some of the other things up there. That's not great. Still don't think I need to remove the minions. I think you'll find that this is a elemental mech demon murloc pirate beast tyrant totem. Did I read pirate twice? I think I did. Wild. Truly wild stuff. It's also possible that it's Rat Trap, and if I play 3 cards in a single turn, a 6/6 is coming up. Which is fine, because we don't need to do that.
Go for the throat!
Oh no. What fate has befallen me? Bye-bye. I didn't want a hero power there, because it could have been entirely possible that hero power would have then hit my... Dart Trap with the minion. Okay, So Scepter of Summoning is obviously really, really good here for a lot of our higher cost stuff. Your minions that cost 5 or more cost 5. I suspect that this and Expedite are not going to work comfortably together. Alright, let's have a look at our battle cries as well. Your battle cries trigger twice. So Blood Reaver Gul'dan summons twice the friendly demon pool that are dead. Arc Thief gives us 2 powerful artifacts. Dr. Boom gets an upgrade to being the mech Dr. Boom that's currently in play. I can heal a little bit more, summon 2 more bats, get another card out of the enemy's deck. Battle Totem is not good. It's not good enough here. Scepter of Summoning, the problem with Scepter of Summoning is it effectively just means that Anomaly Glittering can only be triggered by Arc Thief Reform's spell and Blood Reaver Gul'dan. But the power of having those minions out earlier is far more impactful than the treasures that I would get in the extreme late game. I have to take the Scepter of Summoning. So it's anti-synergistic, but it has to. It's the only correct choice. Probably Destruction. Hellfire is pretty good reach. Add that to the deck. Hey, Bob.
Pick me up a coffee. Black, like my heart.
What's your Tumblr, Reform? Jeez. Welcome to my twisted mind. Of bods and beds.
Oh, let me guess, Takan. Something on the rocks?
That's a bit of a problem. Take a chance is less impactful than it otherwise might be. I think Eager Underling needs to go. It's too high cost for too low of an effect right now. That's probably a dismiss. I really wish that I had Nosferatu out here so I could just tell another story, end up with a 6-7 on turn 1.
Get him out of here.
Glinda. Minions in your hand have Echo. Well, Glinda means that Scepter of Summoning, so if Glinda is already developed to the board, and then I go to my next turn, I can double play my largest minions. Arc Thief Reform is obviously really good. Chromagus is also really, really good for our value. Tiny Knight of Evil, not that great, but it's a 1-mana 4/3, right? So it'll help tide me over in the early game. I suspect that Round of Drinks is the correct option here.
Order up.
Gang's All Here and Tell a Story are actually really low impact right now, so I'm going to take a chance.
Good luck. I'll put it on your tab.
On turn 1, I always play that, so unless I have something else that only costs 1, I've saved no mana by getting that reduction. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well.
Takan versus Wert.
Prepare your regrets.
I know exactly where this is going.
Yeah, I know exactly where this is going as well. I'm waiting for turn 5 before I do anything. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna remove the top 5 cards of your deck. Get milled, nerd. Oh, hell yes. This is gonna be so good. I'm not even gonna develop it.
Got something to hide?
Especially now that I have the Hellfire in hand, I know that I'm gonna be in a position where I can still do some clearing. Heal Self Earthen Ring faster, probably this turn.
I lack mana.
Oh, this is gonna be so mean. Next turn's Hellfire, obviously.
I want to cast a spell.
Oh my god. You really could not have set this up better for me. I am so appreciative, what?
Of course.
Thanks, bud. And if Wort does nothing about Glinda...
Do you need a
Oh, if Wort does nothing about Glinda, it won't affect anything until turn 10, so it's not relevant. Nosferatu. 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 Neferatu? Neferatu. Neferatu. That's so mean. That said, if the enemy doesn't get down to fatigue, none of that mattered at all, right? Because those cards can just as well be treated as though they had been at the bottom of the deck. So it doesn't matter even slightly. That said, I definitely want to trade off one of my minions here if I can. I can't trade off a minion? What? None of my minions are low HP enough to trade off. That sucks. I should still probably control the board. I wanted to kill Fazad there. Thanks.
Give me a key.
Right.
The Supreme Archaeologist.
The Supreme Archaeologist. Give a minion 10-10. Yeah, it's probably the easiest way for us to push damage with it. But I do have to concern myself with the possibility that that up there is a... Yeah, I'm just going to continue using the hero powers. That's just for unlocking the other hero powers, by the way. I know that I'm going to be burning stuff there. But I do have to concern myself with the fact that this could easily be a counter spell, so I should probably try and throw out a Hellfire first.
Do you need a blessing?
That said, the Hellfire is going to kill my own minions.
Behold, my hand is full.
Give me a key. Give me a key. Give me a key. Give me a key.
Yeah, I did that wrong. Extremely wrong.
Give me a key.
I should have attacked with one fewer Neferatus and attacked with the Reform. I would have ended up with the enemy on 1 HP. Oh well.
Give me your heart.
Give me a kiss. Good lord. I've been tapping like an absolute madman, and yet you're still further down in your deck than I. Love it.
Behold, that was admirable.
Trust me, I know.
Goodbye. I saw this coming. Didn't even say that line that time. A true tragedy if ever there were one. Yep.
This is a dragon. Be wary of the fire. Why do mages keep dragons anyway? Oh yes, the fire.
Is that a thing?
Tekar!
Is that a thing?
No
In the Warcraft world? Mages love fire so much they keep dragons as pets?
Prepare your regrets.
Dragons! Protect Dalaran!
Okay, so your hero power is deal 2 damage to a random enemy. It's on auto cast as well. Wee bit of a problem for us. I may want to consider just playing the Neferatu on turn 1. Rather than waiting for a Glinda. Yeah. Especially because I will have the ability to heal it back up if it happens to get hit by Sand Breath. If it's going to take you 2 hero powers to take out a minion of mine, then I'm happy to develop it. Yeah, I'll trade. We're getting a hell of a lot of uncastable stuff right now. One more turn until we have the boom out, though.
Face the airs of magic.
Ah, yes, so you're holding a dragon. Good thing that I now know. Yeah, sorry. It's banana split time. I wanted to keep that for something like Dr. Boom or Kel'Thuzad, etc., etc., etc. But this is just way better board control for me at the moment. I need the tempo.
me a keys. Give me a keys. Give me a keys.
I'm deliberately trying to make sure that these minions are not below 2 HP if I can avoid it. So the Sand Breath doesn't take them out by itself.
Power flows through me.
Can I not have all of my board clear in the hand while I'm dominating the board, please? Just seems a little redundant.
Not your allies.
We've got this. We do have this, but Nazari is apparently just going to make us work for it.
Minions, servants, soldiers of the cold dark. Obey the call.
Woo, Glinda. 2 Glindas. An Echo Glinda echoes Glinda? That seems wholly unnecessary. Second time out. No? I was expecting I was going to get slow rolls. We've still done absolutely nothing with Rin.
You will only
What's that? I can't hear you up here.
Hey. That's another demon for me. Another demon, another hero power. Not another demon, because I didn't play the true. Sow the seeds. Give all minions in an attack +3/+3. I think it's Banana Split again. It's just real good. These are all quite poor. Quite pure. Spirit of the Bat is kind of garbage, but these other 2 are fine. Swamp Leash. No, Swampy. They're just there to try and make sure that I dilute out all of the Hellfires so that I don't draw all 3 Hellfires as well as my only uncastable card being a 10 mana card that's not a minion, so it's not reduced by the Scepter of Summoning, as well as Defile.
within you.
That was a pretty wild turn of events that I didn't particularly enjoy. Is your hero power getting set in sun? Is that plot twist? Is plot twist your hero power? Come on. Darken. Give all minions -2 attack until your next turn.
So sweet.
Pop that this turn. Yup. It's not on autocast, so it's not a guaranteed cast. That's unfortunate, but at the very least it doesn't hit the Implored.
Impossible.
So it's Big Priest. Yeah, it's Big Priest. Damn. As soon as I saw the Shadow Essence go, I should have known. That's fine. Yasharaj is probably going to win us the game.
There are many terrors that go bump in the night.
Hero power. Hit my own face. Good son. More than happy to give you a copy of that rather than Rotten Apple Bomb. And hell, Cloning Device gave you such a low impact minion. Much appreciated. Hello, Rapham.
Archaeologist.
Shadows have grown too dark. Perhaps some light is needed.
Okay, I need to summon some garbage. That was way more effective than I was expecting, but Kel'Thuzad's just gonna bring it back. I'm just glad that Yasharaj didn't die there, because if that were the case, then Yasharaj would have not triggered. Because Kel'Thuzad would have resummoned Yasharaj, but Yasharaj would not have had time to trigger. Kel'Thuzad. Alright, our board is just going to be completely full. Kel'Thuzad summons Kel'Thuzad. Oh, we're going to be just ultra buffing our hand as well at the same time. Lovely. These are great minions to be pulling out of my deck with the Yasharaj as well. Defense as well as healing. It's beautiful. Yeah, you gave yourself a lot of garbage minions, so you cannot really be too sad about how that one worked out for you. Okay, is there a 4 on the board? There's not a 4. Sweet. Your turn. Just quickly gonna resummon those, thank you. Your hero power is straight up heal 14 a turn right now. I just want you to know that. I want you to notice. Okay. Go off, I guess. Do I want to sack a bunch of minions here? Because that'll just heal them back up effectively. Jump. Your turn. Stop healing by 14 every turn. Don't have to be expected. Do I care?
Nice little apples.
That's a really good result, though, from a Forbidden Shaping. 2 mana, 2/6. That or your Dirty Rat. Both great pulls, though. I can't really take any time off of just bopping the face right now. No, there was no attack order that was going to work out, because if I Hellfired first, I was going to lose Yasharaj. Alright. That's some lethal right there.
Death does not scare me. Death does not scare me.
Ooh, it still should be lethal. Yeah, this will still be lethal. Who do I want to get the kill? Hellfire. Hellfire will do it. Woo! No bananas that entire game, unfortunately. Challenge 9.
For this one, you'll have to take your turns quickly in there.
All right. Your opponent has 25 seconds to take their turn. Time me. How complex are our turns? Very low. It's kind of like big minion pass. Like, can I just... Do I have a standard that I can default to? Yes. It's big minion pass, right? The most complex part of most of my turns is deciding whether or not I'm going to hero power.
Tick tock.
It's a good hand. Good early game. Alright, Numferadu. Time to hit that board.
Don't have time to kill.
The sands of time run short.
Don't worry. I'll make this quick.
Control the secret, cast the secret from your deck.
time.
No, none of that. None of that, friend.
An incredible discovery.
Okay, so it's a secret deck. We don't have any natural anti-secret tech in our entire deck yet. Yeah, we don't have any natural anti-demon tech. So I'm flooding the board, and then Kel'Thuzad is going to be able to resummon all of these kinds of things. The only problem is the enemy just played 2 secrets there, so Mirror Image is very highly likely one of them, so I need to try and find another minion to play before I play Kel'Thuzad. It's actually quite low value. That'll have to be it. So we can be wasting our next turn to do that effectively. Would you just duplicate? Oh, no. Duplicate is so long ago in the meta that I just forgot that it was a thing that existed. That was really bad. Enemy is about to get 2 more secrets out. That's entirely my fault. It's a bad play. Spirit of the Bat is perfect here, though. Now, unfortunately, if Explosive was the first trigger, which it was, then Mirror Image won't trigger on that, so it triggers on the next one. Duplicate. Unfortunate, but it had to happen. I have way better board control than you, though, so I can just Kel'Thuzad and trades. I can't do it until I know that's not Mirror Entity. Is that true? Oh, I can do it. Because if it is Mirror Entity, then I just bop it down. It's not Mirror Entity. Hey. Sure. We're healing on the enemy something fierce here. I'm always going to make sure that I attack with my least impactful minion to the face when available. It is so likely that one of those is counterspell. I'm not going to get punked by that. Oh! Oh! No, I get spellbent though. At least I get the results of it. Ouch. Didn't even think about Spellbender. Alright, Subject 9. You're gonna have to hope that exactly Ice Block, and it is. There was a better attack order there, by the way. Obviously. But I'm kind of just hastening each of my turns here so that I don't ever get caught out by the clock. That said, it's not even been close at all, ever. All of my turns have been under 5 seconds so far. I think in Heroic, if this is something like 10 seconds, then I'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So probably should have hero powered there.
Do you find your lackeys lacking? 2 words. Big Boomba.
The problem with Big Boomba is I almost always control the board. Flyby, Grimmer Patron. I almost always control the board, and like Grimmer Patron is gonna take up a bunch of space because we hit the board hard real quick. So I don't think I need Grimmer Patron. I think Flyby might actually be fun though. Let's try and Kadoom him.
Crafty mage. I suspect he hides cards in his sleeves.
I would definitely like a Vargoth in this deck at this point. Not only because of the 2 banana splits, but also because the banana splits are so good. But also because of the Kadoom bot. Kadoom.
Prepare your regrets.
Your little invasion ends here.
That's almost certainly 0 mana, play a random spell that's being played this turn again. Let's see. Add a random arcane spell to your hands. Okay, never mind. I was wrong.
I won't hold back.
Arcane spells. So Arcane Intellect, Arcane Anomaly is a minion. Arcane Blast, obviously. Arcane Missiles. Greater Arcane Missiles. Mm-hmm.
Starlight.
Enemy has a lot more low-end minions than I do. There's Arcane Blast for removal. Yeah, it's fine. They've only got 3 cards in hand, so I'm more than happy to file.
This has always come easily to me.
I could have taken that out with the Defile, unfortunately. If only those were drawn in the opposite order, that would have been perfect. Could have dropped a Rotten Apple Bomb there. As long as the enemy doesn't... See, I think I need to play Kel'Thuzad and Banana Split on the same turn, so... It's entirely possible Fellord Betrug draws us the ability to, like, take out one of these minions instantly, and that's pretty good. But as soon as I Kel'Thuzad and Banana Split, we're gonna win.
Science overwhelmed.
There's the anomaly. There's a lot of spell damage on the field right now.
Arcane power.
It's unfortunate that Hellfire is not particularly good right now. Either. I'm just developing big minions to try and get the enemy to do something about them. Alright, ordering.
The power of the arcane.
Arcane Blast. Get lucky. Our health is a problem right now, but more of a problem would be seeding board control here. Unless the enemy, you know, like Celestial Emissaries and then clears my entire board somehow. Oh god, don't you dare. That's fine. That's fine. You stop right now.
Arcane power at a moment's notice.
No! Damn it. Okay. Things just got dodgier. We were super safe and then that happened. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that was a rough one. If just one of them stayed on the field, we were gonna win. Like, extremely quickly. At the very least, it did cost my enemy most of their board. That's good. We've got that going for us. Just gonna play Dustbat out hard. Enemy's doing a lot of drawing. What did I give you? Pyros. Well, I just need to play, like, all over the top of you so you never get time to get any value out of Pyros there. Enemy has a lot of spell damage in their deck, and they have all the arcane spells, right? So the arcane spells don't transform. They typically deal spell damage. So as a result of that, we can probably just hit him in with Lantern of Power, and the enemy will never be able to do anything about them. That's my suspicion, at least. I'll also get a treasure out of it, which is, yeah, nice. That said, maybe it's better to just Cabal and... Not only is it better, but it's also the only thing that I can currently do. Yeah, Doom card's neat. The enemy controls the board so fiercely. Dalaran Aspirant needs to die. Extremely. Makes sense. Beautiful. The longer I can keep Fellord Betrug, the far better off we'll be. I am worried about the fact that you can just play a 10 mana Pyros now and get yourself a treasure. Wee bit concerning.
The might of Dalaran has arrived.
That's also concerning. Well, I mentioned how concerned I am.
Get it out! Get it out!
Alright, let's buff Betrug. Case study so I can get a quest reward.
Doom for you!
What quest reward do I want? That's the important question there, right? What quest reward do I want? Overdrew with that naturally? Wild. Summoning minions every turn is like, eh. All my minions at 5/5 is obviously garbage. Fireplume's Heart's probably not good. I know, it's Amara, Warden of Hope. It's what, that's a third chance? 1/3 that I'll find them. That's wild as hell. You managed to remove a 17 health minion. Wild as hell. Mara. Got him.
You are safe now.
Kadoom. We're very quickly starting to lose here. I say starting to. Hellfire, Earthen Ring, Hero Power next turn, probably. So if we're Hero Powering, we Hero Power first. It's just natural. Next turn's going to be Rotten Apple Bomb and Carnivorous Cube. A large amount of that is due to... Kadoom! A large amount of that is just due to the fact that I really, really, really need to make sure that I can heal back up. Kirantor needs to die. I can't kill this turn with that, but I would be able to kill next turn, but I can't guarantee that I live to next turn. So. I think if the minion, like if the enemy has the ability to remove my Carnivorous Cube, they have to, because they can't risk that I... Wow! You are gonna risk it? Oh, that's bad. Arcane stuff doesn't directly target, so I don't think I kill the Kirantor with a Spirit Bomb here. That 4 HP is... it's a lot to lose.
Only a fool rejects the
Right.
Lich King.
Well, at least I heal up. Only problem now is, we've healed up, but we have no control over the board, and the enemy can just cast spells at our face. And they've already been Kadoomed, so... God. Are we dead next turn? Yeah, we're dead. Okay, well that means we have to just go for... We can't go for lethal.
So many dark powers, so little
It's not
time.
gonna do it. And we lose. Took us a full hour to get here and then just die. Losing a ridiculous amount of value from the Kel'Thuzad was largely what snowballed into a loss there. So the Kel'Thuzads, having all of those out on the board, would have just won me the game 100% of the time there.
So far, too.
Far-ish. Would have won me the game 100% of the time there, because one of them just summons the other ones back up, and then if I sack one of my own Kel'Thuzads and have two back up, both of them summon the original. So now I have 4 Kel'Thuzads, and you have to kill all of them at the same time, otherwise I get more Kel'Thuzads, right? So another way to play that would have been trying to stick large minions to the board before Kel'Thuzad, and then waiting for the enemy to fail to clear them, playing Kel'Thuzad and trading my minions off so that I could continue to control the board. I felt like the most important thing was trying to get all of the Kel'Thuzads out, because I thought it was impossible the enemy was going to clear all of them. And then they did. Now I know. Hey, at least I've unlocked some other archetypes for this. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been... It was so close. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you next time.